at home store at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored goals. Learn slimdowne.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
USTOP, the Lincoln Independent Business Association, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why USTOP sponsors the LIBA Business Hour on the Ticket 93.7. Every time you fill up at a USTOP on a Tuesday, USTOP donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. Month USTOP partnered with the Boy Scouts of America Cornhusker Council. Stop by USTOP and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between. Capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer celebrates you this Labor Day. Take this opportunity to save on LG appliances for your home. Your hard work should be rewarded. Schaefer's has up to $500 in cashback rebates and interest-free financing on the new LG appliances you deserve. Schaefer's, local and family-owned since 1946.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons on 93.7 The Ticket. You know, I got to give a big shout out, and I need your help for a second. I need to give a big shout out to Kiwanis Club. And Kiwanis, thanks again for allowing me the opportunity to speak. And also, I appreciate you guys sponsoring my show. How can people get involved with Kiwanis, Austin?
The easiest way is lincolnkiwanis.org. Kiwanis is how you spell Kiwanis. all sorts of things to do. There's a guest tab. There's a members tab that lets you know how to become a member. Yeah, LincolnKiwanis.org. That's probably the best way, Ricky.
Okay. Well, look, I also want to give a big shout out to everybody that's taking time to join the Get Your Happy On movement on my going through my website, purchasing stuff. And I appreciate when you take a picture and post it and tag me in it, so I know you getting your happy on. I've had a very, very interesting week, and I just want to share something with you before we get started and get to my guest. I see what everybody else see in society. I try my best to focus on nothing but the positive. But I also noticed that negativity, man, it's really it's getting way too much credit. And I want to say this as often as I can, that I want you to challenge yourselves to be positive for yourselves. I got this thing called positive mental attitude, and one of them is treat people the way you want to be treated, but do not expect it in return. Because when you expect it in return and you don't receive it, then that makes it easy for you to be negative as well. So just keep in mind, we live in a takedown society. That's my personal opinion. And I want to do everything I can to put positive out there. And being positive, please understand what I'm about to say. Being positive is not easy. It takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of dedication. I know I've been accused of making it look easy, but it really isn't as easy as I make it look. I work really hard at being positive because, like I said, I live in the same world that you live in and I see the same things. With that being said, a positive person is my guest tonight. And I'll be real honest with y'all. I'm finna get educated too, because I know this young man, but I don't know him like I'm going to know him. So welcome TJ McDowell to the show, man.
Thank you, Ricky. I'm super excited to be here.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day, because everybody's going to figure out that you're a really busy person, but you took out some time to be here with me. So I'm going to start asking questions. So
and I want you to know, I normally go to bed about 8:30.
What?
Yeah. And so this is a big sacrifice. I
hey,
get up at 4:45 in the morning.
Hey, look, man, look. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I understand it. So I'm going to make it worth your
while.
while.
It because you asked me.
Man, look at it. He going to make me feel like somebody, man. TJ, tell everybody where you grew up, man.
Well, Ricky, I'm a homeboy.
Oh, you're a homeboy.
I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh.
3129 Dudley Street. When people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from 3129 Dudley Street.
And you got a necklace to prove that, right?
I got a necklace to prove it. That's how much I love where I'm from.
Hey, well, now growing up in Lincoln, man, tell me about your upbringing, man.
Well, I grew up at 3129 Dudley, and I had a very interesting upbringing because my dad is black and my mom was white.
Okay.
And my parents got married in 1971. Until 1967, it was illegal for blacks and whites to marry.
Oh, wow.
So I'm growing up in an environment where it's mostly white people, and I'm in this weird, because my dad's black, my mom's white, and so it made for some interesting conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. But growing up in Lincoln was great. I love growing up in Lincoln. Of course, I've been here my whole life, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I got a great education. I've had a phenomenal career. I've been able to do some amazing things, and I've done it all in my city and for my city.
Well, let me ask you this. You grew up in Lincoln, and you went to what high school?
I went to Lincoln High, man. There's no other high school. Lincoln High, class of 1990. Ain't no other high school in Lincoln.
I already knew that was coming. I just had to let you say it.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? I got a lot of love for Lincoln High because they've shown a lot of love to me. So
yeah, I love Lincoln High, and it was such a significant. I look back on why I love it so much, and because of the opportunities I got there to grow and to learn. And a big part of that was I learned to be comfortable with differences. Because there was so much diversity in that school, I got comfortable being around people who were from other countries, who had more money than I did, had less money than I did, all of that. So I became really comfortable communicating and collaborating across differences.
Well, growing up in Lincoln under those conditions, man, I know it was a challenge.
Yeah.
But, the one thing that I admire about you before we get further into your story is, dude, you made it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no offense before I say this, but
Right.
a lot of people,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure you know some
Oh,
of them
yeah.
that didn't come out on the other side as productive
Yeah.
as you did.
Yeah.
So now, right after high school, what did you do? You go to college or?
Yeah. I went to Nebraska Wesleyan.
Nebraska Wesleyan.
And
Okay.
I got to be honest. So I grew up wanting to be a Husker.
Okay.
You know, I love the Huskers. I could hear the Husker home games when the Huskers scored a touchdown at home games. I could hear them from my house. I grew up. I ain't gonna lie. When we lost the Orange Bowl at the end of the game, I'm 11 years old, 12 years old. I cried.
I got you.
Yeah, man. I love.
Well,
the
I don't
Huskers
think you was the only one crying.
Yeah,
though.
right. But I went to Nebraska Wesleyan, and it was a small school, and I had the opportunity. I played football for a year there, and it was a great education. And then that going to Nebraska Wesleyan just opened up the doors for me professionally. That a lot of the jobs I've had since then, just I got invited because I did something here, and somebody saw and asked me to come do something.
Well,
else.
one thing I can say about Nebraska Wesleyan, you got to know what you're doing in that classroom.
Oh yeah,
because they don't play about that.
Yeah, it's a very great school. It's a great school academically.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I've seen some of the people that have attended that school.
Yeah,
and that was one of the things. Well, that was the one common denominator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody that went to Wesleyan, they knew that the books was important.
Yeah. One of the coolest things that happened to me is I this year I was the commencement speaker at the graduation.
Oh, really?
And my daughter was in the class that graduated.
Oh,
So that was a really special experience to be able to do that for my alma mater and my daughter's part of the class.
Man, you know what? That's very rare.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool.
So after you graduated from what was your first I would say job that you?
My first job was the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
So I worked. The Lighthouse is a community-based after-school program for middle school and high school kids.
Okay.
And so I started working there in May of 1991. It opened in June of 90, and I worked there in 2005. I was executive director for about 7-8 years.
Oh, wow.
And so just working with young people.
Okay.
Trying to make sure that they was a lot of what you do and trying to put some positivity into them, help them understand the importance of school, and help them be the best version of themselves as they could be.
You know, a lot of times, you know, we fault the kids, you know, for things that I'm not real sure they deserve all the credit. I mean, for the bad choices or whatever. Because there has to be like a role model in place too.
Yeah.
So I don't, I try to be careful. About blaming the kids all the time, and I'm sure that working at the Lighthouse, you probably saw some kids that maybe came from
absolutely
situations that weren't favorable.
You know, one of the things I used to say is that those of us who work with young people and adults, we often really good at telling young people what not to do.
Right.
But we're not as good at showing them what to do.
Right.
And helping create the opportunity for them to do those things. And so for me, it was all about how do we create these opportunities for them to do some things. And that was really important. We can't just say, no, don't do something.
You know, and another thing too is when you're doing that, when you're working with the youth, man, sometimes it's not as rewarding, far as the public is concerned.
Yeah.
But I think the self-satisfaction that you get knowing that you're actually making an impact and making a difference in these kids' lives, I think that's very important.
My life, because I was there for 14 years, I interact with former Lighthouse kids all the time.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
my path's constantly crossing with former. And that's why I say my family is just really big.
Right.
My extended adopted family is just really big and very, very diverse.
Wow.
Because of that time.
So you still in contact with some of them?
Oh yeah, I still see them all the time.
Good.
And so and some of them are doing really well.
Right.
And doing really good things. And so that's fun.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, after you say you was there, how long? 14 years?
14 years.
So what happened after that? What did you do after that?
So I left and I went to work for a foundation called the Community Health Endowment here locally. I did that for a year, and I thought it was going to be really fun to work on the side that was giving money away instead of on the side that was always asking for money.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for a year, and then got asked to be the executive director of the Clyde Malone Community Center.
Oh wow!
So I went and was the director of Clyde Malone Community Center for 5 years. And then got recruited to work at Lincoln Public Schools on an initiative to increase graduation rates.
Okay.
And then went to Nebraska Wesleyan, and then went to the University of Nebraska. I went to Nebraska Wesleyan as an assistant dean of students, and when I left, I was a vice president of student affairs. And then I went to the University of Nebraska and was assistant vice chancellor of student affairs. And then March of 2022, the mayor asked me to lunch and asked me to join her team.
Wow.
Mhm.
So now all these jobs that you've taken, man, they were not small time jobs. I mean,
No.
these were very
Yeah.
demanding type jobs.
Yeah. And I have this really like grounded philosophy that your best job interview is to do your current job better than anybody else can do it. And the next
Gotcha.
thing will take care of itself. So a lot of the jobs I got, someone asked me. Like when I went to work at Nebraska Wesleyan, I met the president for breakfast, and we kind of talked about what I was going to do over breakfast.
Huh.
That was part of my interview. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You went to get something to eat.
Yeah,
You know, with a job.
I didn't realize it was going to be a job interview. So I just always felt, and I'm always telling young people, your best job interview is to do your current thing, your current job better than anybody else can do it. If you're in high school, that means you got to be the best student you can be, and the next things will take care of themselves.
Man, you know, that's a very, very important. I like the way you worded that, because a lot of times we're so busy looking down the road.
Looking at the next thing.
Yeah, we're looking down the road because, you know, there's this big reward if we can just get to that, you know, but if you don't take care of what's going on right in front of you, what difference does it make? You may never get down the road.
I always said, when people ask me what I want to do, I knew when I was in college that I wanted to help young people.
Right.
I didn't know that was my what. I didn't know how I was actually going to do it or in what capacity I was going to do it. So I've always said the next thing I just hope gives me a greater influence to do good for my community. That's all. That's the only requirement I've ever had, is that the next thing will give me a better platform to influence and try to do good for my community that I love so much.
Well, you know, I think you're off to a great start, young man, because to me, just off of what you've shared with me so far, I'm just really, really impressed, because those type of jobs don't come open very often. And the way that you went about getting these jobs is very rare. I mean, people fill out applications and send in resumes and hope. And
well, part of it for me, I've always been focused on the mission, and it's for me, it's never been about me. It's about the community and the people and the work, and I just find a way to be in service. And I always feel like every job you do, you're also learning. And there's some things you have to learn so that you can be ready for the next opportunity when it comes.
Right.
And so I try to embrace the challenge in every opportunity, because that's where I'm learning something. And you have to learn whatever that is that's going on in this job, so that for the next one you'll be ready.
Well, I'll say this, man, just on what you shared, I mean, that's impressive. Now, I know being exactly, what is your title again for the
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff for the mayor.
Yep.
I know there are a lot of things you cannot discuss, and we're not going to touch that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, just to have that title, there's a lot of responsibilities come with that.
Yes.
I mean, and I like I said, I have no clue what all that entails.
Yeah.
But I again, I'm honored that you took time out of your day to come and share this with me. I got some more questions, but they won't be about your current situation. All right?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. We're not trying to make you unemployed.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But I want people to see that coming from Lincoln and the way you came up, you're still productive.
Yeah, I'm just very fortunate. My parents were awesome, and my dad who died a year and a half ago.
Sorry for your loss.
At the age of 90, he was very influential. My mom was very influential. And then I was just fortunate that I had a number of community members who also took me under their wing, and said, "Hey, we see something in you. We want you to make sure that you don't waste this opportunity."
I got to ask you a question, but just thinking about it now that I'm thinking, growing up in Lincoln, man, everybody in your class wasn't productive.
Now, that's true.
So
that's 100% true.
Yeah. So there was a lot of, I'm trying to be nice and politically correct here, but there was a lot of things going on that probably wasn't above board.
Yeah.
How did you avoid that?
One, I was scared to death of my dad. I mean, literally. I mean, my dad had hands that were like, it looked like they were photoshopped onto his body because they were just ginormous. And I used to say, look, I ain't scared of the cop. I'm scared of my dad. And he was always there. So that was important. But I used to tell, when I talk to young people later on, looking back, life is all about choices.
Right.
When you get right down to it, it's all about choices, and every choice has a consequence. And being an adult, a responsible person, I mean, you face the consequence of those choices. So I learned that lesson very early. But when I left Lincoln High and I went to Nebraska Wesleyan, and there was a few of us that went to college, but there was a number of us that in my group, in my crew, my associates that went and did time in prison.
Right.
You know, so and I'm still cool with all of them.
Right.
Like the one thing about growing up where I was over at the courthouse the other day and saw one of my old colleagues who I grew up with, and he was there in court telling me about some situation, and
right.
He had no idea what I do now, and it was just as good to see him as anything, and so people. I always think that a lot of the people I grew up with that found themselves in trouble. One of the things that's the saddest to me is they had, in many cases, way more talent than I did. They just didn't have the same support system to help them make the right choices.
Right.
And so, some of the most talented people, as you know, are behind bars.
Oh, absolutely.
You talk about some talented people, and so some of the choices that they made just because they didn't have the support or the direction or the belief in themselves or whatever.
You made a very interesting statement. I have had the opportunity to be behind bars several times. And one thing I will definitely admit to is I met some of the smartest people that I know to this day in prison.
Yeah. I used to go out and do a program in the prison with James Jones, and we would meet with these folks who were inmates. And there was times where I listened to them handle business in a meeting, and I would think if I didn't know any better, I think I was at an IBM board meeting, the way these men conducting their business.
Absolutely.
And the other thing about it, one of the things I appreciate about you that I wanted to make sure I said to you publicly is the thing, you are an illustration of what I believe is the truth in life, is that whatever we go through in life, especially the tough stuff, especially the challenges, the purpose for that is so that when we get the other side, we can then reach back and help people going through similar situations and keep them from doing that. And your life is a testament to doing that.
Well,
that's what you've done. And every time I see you, that's what you're talking about. How can you give back to? You were talking about that before we came into the studio, about how you could go in and how you could prevent people from making the choices you made. And I think that's the secret. There's no shame in what we go through in life, especially the challenges. If we find that the purpose in that pain of reaching back and helping other people navigate that.
Well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. I mean, I don't get a lot of those type of compliments because people are too busy waiting on the other shoe to drop.
Right.
And that's fine. I need them to keep doing that because that's inspiration not to do it.
Yeah.
But what I will say is this. I think it's real important that I continue doing what I do.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to stop. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back on the Get You Happy on Hour on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't y'all go nowhere.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer celebrates you this Labor Day. With the season kicking off, a new Samsung, LG, or Sony TV is just what you deserve. Top that off with up to $900 in savings on a new Serta mattress, and you will be all set for a winning combination. Schaefer's, local and family owned since 1946.
If you have concerns about your drinking water, just call Bryant. If your water doesn't look right, smell right, or taste right, Bryant can help. If your water has high levels of iron, Bryant can help. If you're tired of foggy dishes and dingy clothes, Bryant can help. Whatever your home water needs are, Bryant is here with a solution to fit your needs. Be sure about your water. Just call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us people today are facing more hardships than ever before. It's becoming all too common to hear that someone has become so desperate that they have taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation is near. Be a shoulder to lean on and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln, marketing quality products since 1974. Visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
You deserve the best. With the Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Well, we're back. Glad you guys stayed with us. I see we got Shauna Mayberry and Brad Taylor down there in Forney, Texas, man. I appreciate y'all chiming in. Kim Kelly, you listening? That's what's up. I see you giving my boy TJ a shout out. You know, I appreciate when people take time out of their busy day to tune into the show, because everybody's got stuff going on. And for people to make time to watch the show and listening to the show, it really is special to me. And I just want you to know I don't take that for granted. So thank you guys, man. I appreciate you. You know, before the break, we was talking about me wanting to help.
Yeah.
Now, I want everybody else to know this, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know this guy's job title. So I'm putting in a little plug for myself, and I'm asking you to at least throw my name in the hat.
Yeah.
When opportunities come to give back and to help, man,
Yeah.
because this is what I love doing, and it just means a lot to me. The more people of influence that speak of you, I think it helps.
Sure.
You know, like you was talking about those breakfasts with certain people,
Yeah.
led to opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to look at our situation as that
Sure.
potential
Sure.
opportunity. So everybody, I got witnesses. I asked. So, but now we was talking about what you can't talk about is fine. I get it. But I'm just saying, is there anything you can share about like your day? What's a typical day look like for you?
Mhm. Well, I mentioned to you, I get up early.
Okay.
I'm an early riser. Alarm goes off at 4:45 during the week.
Okay.
And I have a routine where I read all kinds of news.
Okay.
Because in my role, it's very important to know what the news is going on locally and nationally because it all impacts what's happening. I usually do a little workout. I'm usually at my desk by 7:30.
Okay.
And my day involves a lot of meetings. There's a lot of meetings and a lot of interaction with people. As the chief of staff, I supervise all the city directors. So there's
Okay.
13.
How many of them is there?
13 city
13.
directors.
Wow.
So you're talking about like the chief of police, the fire chief, parks and rec, all that. And then I supervise the staff in the office. And then I'm just in a lot of meetings and, trying to help the mayor make decisions.
So your day starts basically, well, it starts well before, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you're in the office at 7:30.
Yeah.
What time do you get out of there?
I try to leave at 5:30.
Yeah.
I try to shoot.
Don't
but
always
it doesn't
work.
always work like that. And so, you just kind of accept when you sign into a role like this that you're working a lot and that you're always on call because you never know what's going to come up.
And that's something I was going to ask you too, because it seemed like to me, the unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they're calling the mayor.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'll be honest. I mean, you think about. For me, when I was making the decision about did I want to accept this offer, it was scary. The idea was scary to go into this role. But as you talked about, I'm from Lincoln. And so the opportunity to serve and to try to do some good work on behalf of the 300,000 residents, my friends, my neighbors of Lincoln was worth stepping out and trusting. And I think part of it, I've come to understand in my 3 months in this role is that there's no way you can know everything.
Right.
There's just no way you can know everything. But I try to trust my instincts in terms. I think as a leader, you have to be a listener. So I try to listen and understand, and then I try to get the right people in the right place, the right people in the room, to make sure we hear from them as we're making decisions.
That's got to be a stressful job in a way because
not in a way. It's just stressful. There's no way
I was trying to be nice about it, but I'm just saying because you're dealing with the public.
Yeah.
And sometimes the public, they have limited information.
Yeah, that's right.
They only know what the part that affects them.
Yep.
They can't, and I understand, everybody's important. I'm not trying to downplay that.
Every voice matters.
Yeah, but when you're trying to govern, would you say 300,000?
300,000 in the population of Lincoln. So
man,
anytime you're in a leadership position, you're going to make decisions. That's part of it. And a lot of what we do, and a lot of leadership, a lot of politics is, and this is why it's so tricky, is you're making decisions about allocating limited resources.
Gotcha.
That's what you get down to it.
Yeah,
we're talking about allocating limited resources. As an example, you have so much money to fix roads, so you're making decisions about which roads are you fixing.
Right.
And trying to do that in an equitable way, in a way that services every part of the city. And so that's what the job is in a lot of respects. When you get down to it, we're making decisions about the allocation of limited resources. And that's a challenging thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real with you, dude. That's stressful.
It is. Like I said, there ain't no way to it.
Yeah.
It is just plain old fashioned stressful.
Yeah, because I'm just saying like for example, I am on the outside looking in, but just with limited knowledge that I have, I see like the little town hall meetings, and and everybody's got a point.
Yeah.
Or everybody has a case. They think is more important than the next.
Yeah.
And those sometimes those debates get kind of heated.
Oh man, sometimes, a lot of times. So, and that is, and it's a tricky time to be in this line of work because we have gotten so contentious, and so I just believe that you try to listen and you try to form collaborative partnerships with people. And this work, I often say in this line of work, and I actually learned it from an interview in Black Enterprise like 20 years ago. And it was a contestant who had been on The Apprentice. And he talked about one of his big learnings from that. And it's something that's really served me well in this role is in this work. I don't see the world in terms of friends and enemies. Because sometimes our friends are permanent categories, and sometimes our friends don't have our best interests.
Right.
And sometimes somebody who we're saying is our enemy does have our best interests at heart. So I come to see it really in this work, and it's so helpful to me. It's helped me keep myself grounded. Is that in this work you see it, you have opponents and allies, and on some issues you're opponents, and on other issues you're allies. But that's a dynamic thing. Like you and I,
Right.
today might be opponents on this issue, and tomorrow we might be allies on another one.
Right.
And just understanding that in all these cases, we're all trying to make the best decisions we can, and
keeping the emotions out of it, though.
and trying to keep them and trying to keep it from being personal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, sometimes, you know, and like I said, I'm on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
People come to these meetings,
Mm-hmm.
city council meetings or whatever, and boy, they are serious.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and then they attack you like you are the one that can actually do it when you may be in charge of sending someone or sending it to someone that can do it, but they make it seem like TJ can fix this and he know because he grew up, and especially the ones that say they know you.
Yeah. Well, and I like to believe that it's important to build what I call relational deposits. So I want to try to have a relationships and partnerships with a wide array of people in the city, so that when an issue happens, when a problem arises, we can figure out how to solve the problem instead of vilifying each other as people.
Correct.
And what happens too often in our society today, instead of really focusing on how do we solve the problems together, we start to vilify each other.
You know, I've seen that happen so much. I think that was kind of what I was getting to when before the show we was just visiting, and I understand that negativity.
Yeah.
Boy, it gets a lot of coverage and a lot of traction.
It does.
So, I mean, if you got all this going before you get to the meeting, it just spills over into the meeting.
Yeah.
And then you got problems there.
Well, you know, I'm not on any social media. And
I noticed that
because
I was looking for you.
Yeah. I'm not on any social media. One because it's a time suck, but two, I mean, people can come out of pocket on social media quick.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I don't want that negativity.
Right.
You know, and
I call them keyboard gangsters.
Okay. Yeah. That's very appropriate. It's very appropriate.
Yeah, they're real tough behind them keyboards.
Yeah. And sometimes it just becomes so much noise. You know, so much noise. And for me, I just try to understand the issue as best I can, and then make sure we got the right people weighing in on the decision so we can make the best decision possible for people, Lincoln.
You know, I'll say this, man, that's got to be a demanding job on a daily basis, because I understand, and I'm pretty sure I know you understand the things that you must do.
Yeah.
But it's those unexpected things that come up out of nowhere that you're expected to handle.
Yeah.
And neck break speed.
Yeah. And that is what, you know, you wake up in the morning and saying, this is what my day is going to look like. And then by 9 o'clock, something happened and your day is still, you know, and so you just have to be flexible and adaptable. And, you know, you just have to you have to have a certain grounding to be secure in. And there's some rough days. There's some days where, like, you know, my confidence gets shook, like, man, maybe I shouldn't be in this role. But each day I'm in it, I get a little more confidence in terms of, you know, I can do this, and we got a good team, and it's not me doing it alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, just trying to, I really just literally trying to make the city of Lincoln the best it can be for all 300,000 residents.
Well, I'll tell you, 300,000 residents is a lot of people to keep happy.
Yeah. So you know, that's almost an impossible. You know what I mean? That's almost impossible.
I know people can't keep people in their own house happy.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I've often said too is whenever you're in a leadership role, that there's this risk that I call it paralysis by popularity. So you want to be popular, so you become paralyzed when it comes time to make a decision because you're worried that somebody's not going to like it.
Right.
But anytime you're in a leadership role, you have to understand there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like it.
Yeah, you can't.
And some people don't like it for valid reasons, right?
Right.
There's something going on, and then there's other people that are going to just throw stones no matter what decision you make.
Oh yeah. Whatever it is wrong.
Yeah, and so you just have to understand that's how it works, and just be okay with that, and not let trying to be popular cause you to be paralyzed when it comes to making tough decisions.
You know, I mean, it would be tough for anybody, but I think it would be extremely tough for a person that grew up here.
Yeah.
Because so many people have, they think they have access
to
you, or they think they know you.
Yeah. Well, a big part of the thing I have to always remember is I'm chief of staff of the mayor. I'm not the mayor.
Correct.
I'm not on city council. I don't have a vote on anything. And so, you have to also understand your role and not get out your pocket and think you're doing. And so I can help influence decisions, but mine is really to be in service to the residents of Lincoln and the mayor. And so, yeah, I do have, and I do see it as an asset that I know so many people and so many people know me. And I think for those who know me, one thing that really encourages me when something tough has happened and I talk to somebody about it, they say, well, I just sleep a little better knowing you're over there helping make those decisions.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel good.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a rewarding job. It just comes with a lot of stress.
A lot of stress. And, I'm trying to embrace the challenges, and I have some rough days,
Yeah.
But I'm trying to embrace the challenge because my wife says there's going to be great benefit on the other side.
Right.
And for me, that just understanding that whatever I learn, there's the next thing is going to be, even more challenging.
Yeah.
And so,
well, I was going to ask you this. I know how long you say you've been chief of staff?
About 3 months.
3 months.
Yep.
So basically, you're still kind of just getting used to this.
Yeah, just getting that trying to learn and understand how to be the best chief of staff possible.
Yeah.
And how in terms of serving the mayor and serving the residents of Lincoln in the best possible way.
Well, I think you're the right person for the job.
I appreciate
that.
that.
So you just gonna have to. I guess you got to have the thick skin.
Yeah. And one of the things is I work my butt off, and I don't. Sometimes folks get in these positions and they really enjoy the privileges or the kind of accolades that come with it. I don't really care about that. For me, it's about what's the responsibilities,
right?
What the accountability, and it's a great honor to be chief of staff, but that honor comes with a lot of responsibilities and a lot of weight. And so I really focus on what is it that I'm responsible for doing, and I don't take that lightly at all.
I think that's smart because see, a lot of times when people that are not in your position, they have these expectations.
Yeah,
and sometimes those expectations are unrealistic.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, I mean, it's easy to say, well, this is what he should do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or this is what they should do. But when you
Yeah.
actually have to try to figure out a way to implement that,
Yeah.
it puts a whole different
it's a different game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah.
And I always had this saying from Texas, hunting is not fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
So now I know you just started this. Is this something that you want to do long term, or you just taking it day by day?
Yeah, I'm doing it now, and
Yeah.
my philosophy is the same. I'm going to try to do it to the absolute best of my ability.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens next.
There you go.
I will say I'm not at all interested in elected office at all.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
Well, you done a lot of work, though.
Yeah, no, I want to I just want to be a servant in the community, and my grounding in that servant mentality comes from when I was very little. I was fascinated with the teachings of Martin Luther King Jr. And I had a poster that said, "Anybody can be great because anybody can serve." And so that's always been one of my focuses. Like if I'm just serving, trying to find a way to make my little sphere of the world better, I can be great in that service. And that's always been my focus.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
It really does.
Yep.
Well, hey, we're going to take another quick break. Don't y'all go anywhere. We're going to come back with TJ McDowell on the Get You Happy On Hour, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel spectacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Stretch, adjust, heal. At Spine and Sports Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, we believe in the power of precise alignment. Our skilled chiropractors listen, understand, and treat your body's unique needs, offering a personalized pathway to peak performance. Don't let back pain knock you out of the game. Step into our clinic and walk out with a renewed strength. Spine and Sports Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, pushing the boundaries of health and wellness. Treatment begins with you. Step back into life today.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Old School with DP and J. They have the run and gun offense coming in. A new head coach that's been given the longest runway of any coach in Wisconsin, new coach in Wisconsin history, to change the program to Cincinnati way, and a new defensive philosophy. They're ripe for the pick. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
We're back again, man. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. It means so much to me. I see my big brother Odious Lee done chimed in, man. I don't think you guys really know how much I really appreciate when you guys let me know that y'all are tuned in and watching the show, because again, I take nothing for granted. So the fact that you guys are taking time out of your busy days to be a part of this, it just makes me feel really good on the inside. And I like to tell people that, because sometimes we don't tell people things and then it's like after the fact. But anyways, I will say this. My guest has really educated me on a lot of things tonight. So I'm really kind of curious to see what what he has to say about this next question I have. I had the pleasure of going to Mary Ellen's to a Saturday, I think it's the first Saturday of every month of breakfast. I would like for you to just take a few minutes, man, and explain exactly how that started and what that's about.
Yeah. So you attended the Black Male, what we call the Black Male Leadership Breakfast.
Okay.
And we started that. So Benny Shobe, who's on the city council, and actually really Benny started it. He used to text me on a Saturday morning like 7:30 and say, "Hey, you available for breakfast?" And we'd go to breakfast, and he'd always joke that it was a Black Male Leadership Breakfast. And so we started doing that. I was working at the university, and I kept meeting these Black men who had came to the community, who were moved here from other places. I don't ever see any Black men. So we expanded it out, and so we do it on the first. Started in 2019, November 2019.
Okay.
The first time we did it, we had about 20 brothers coming, and now we got about 180 some brothers on that list.
Now, what is it again? Explain the purpose of it.
The purpose is just to get Black men together for networking, fellowship, information sharing. So we just want brothers, and so we gather. We have some fellowship. We eat breakfast. We do introductions, and part of the introductions is who you are, what you do, and how long you've been in Lincoln. And so you have brothers like myself who've been here our whole life, and then you also we'll have one. This last time we had one, the brother been here for 3 weeks, and so they come to work at the university, they come to work professionally, whatever they come to do, and it's open to any brother on that first Saturday.
Wow, I really, I had the opportunity, and I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of inspiring for me.
Yeah.
I think you got one coming up this week.
Yeah, this Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
And the whole point really is for that mentoring and to learn from one another.
Okay.
And in Lincoln, the diversity is such that you can go a whole day without seeing anybody who look like you as if you're a Black man.
Correct.
And so this is an opportunity for you just to see someone who looks like you and have some conversation and have some fellowship and just kind of be supported and encouraged.
How long has this been going on again?
We started in November 2019.
2019, so right before COVID.
Took a little pause over COVID,
Mhm.
and then we got it back up and running, and we've been going strong now for a little while.
Well, I won't be able to attend this week. I'm hoping to be in my hometown of Greenville, Texas.
Yeah.
We have our annual College Hill reunion. Big shout out to College Hill reunion in Greenville, Texas. So, but other than that, I'm gonna try to see if I can make it as often as I can.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite events we do. It's always so cool to see. When you talk about that idea of positivity, it's so often the narrative around Black men is negative.
All the time. Yeah.
You're not, for all kinds of different narratives about that. But that to me just counters that narrative so powerfully when you see this group of Black men who are all leaders in whatever their various fields. And we have elders who are retired, like Albert Maxey Sr. and Joe Cashmer and Mike Foltz, and elders who've been around for a long time. Then we have some kids who undergrads in college.
Right.
It's that whole spectrum, and it's just really positive. That's all it's about. It's just about positivity.
Well, just keep doing that, man, because I think that's important. Now, I gotta ask this question too. This may be my final question for the night. It's no secret that I love to get my happy on, y'all. Everybody knows that. Everybody know I can't dance. It's well documented. But that's how I get my happy on. After listening to all the responsibilities that you have, I'm just kind of curious to know when you do get a little downtime, which I'm pretty sure isn't much.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get your happy on, man?
I'm very fortunate. My family, my children and my grandchildren, my wife, my mom, and then I have a nucleus of friends who are like family.
Gotcha.
And some of those friends, have known me since before I was somebody to know.
Right.
So knew me before I was chief of staff for the mayor.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And so it's always good to have some of them people in your life who just knew you, and loved you then.
Right.
And so, because I'm not making new friends right now. That's at that point in my life. I'm not in my job to make new friends, and so it's just very important to have that. Spend that time with those family and friends. I like to work out run and bike and swim. And yesterday I was watching movies with my grandkids, and my wife and I, she's a great cook. So we have this little routine where she cooks at the end of the day, and I sit at the counter, and then when we get done eating, I do the dishes, and she sits at the counter. and then we have our little time, watch our little shows, but we can't watch shows for too long because we go to bed at 8:45, 9 o'clock.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. When you said you get up, I think at
4:45,
I kind of smiled because for the last 14 years, I've been getting up at 3 a.m. every morning.
Oof.
So I was like, well, 4:45, that's pretty good.
The day is half over. 4:45. You get up at 3.
Well, usually by daybreak, I need a nap.
Okay.
But my thing is this, man. I feel like getting up early
Mm-hmm.
is beneficial. I think it's smart.
Yeah.
And I think it gives you a great jump on the day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people oversleep.
Yeah.
And you can see it when they're trying to get wherever
Yeah.
they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, they're driving a little
Yeah.
erratic. You know, they're doing way too much.
Yeah. I like to say I like to ease into my day.
Yes.
So I like to read the news and have a little coffee and just kind of ease into my day, because I know oftentimes once my day is actually fully started, it's going to be hectic.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at least
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like it catches you up by surprise.
Right.
You the minute you got to even start thinking about work,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to have your head on right.
Yeah, you got to have the head on right.
Yeah, you can't be half asleep
That's right.
because they looking for an opportunity to catch you slipping.
That's right.
I'm just really thankful for everybody that tuned in. Extremely thankful for you, TJ, for coming in. And I know I kept you up a little bit past your bedtime tonight. I appreciate you making that sacrifice.
Yes,
that's a huge sacrifice to make, man. And I look at it as you helping out a friend.
Yes, sir.
So you're still serving.
Yes, sir.
And that's a good thing. I want to wrap this show up with a couple of thoughts. One of them is, man, PMA. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Do not expect it in return. That's the key to that. Because when you expect it in return and you don't get it, it makes it very easy for you to become negative too. And another thing is, every day that you are blessed to see, look at it as another day in paradise. No matter what, just get your happy on for no reason. And I always say it like this. Every day you blessed to see, you got to get your happy on, and then I do it like this. I want everybody to be positive, man. The world has negativity already covered. We don't need any help. Thanks again for everybody that tuned in, and hey, we'll see you again next week, maybe from Texas. Thank you. We gone, y'all.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through August 29th are $2 off Certified Piedmontese sausages and brats. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer celebrates you this Labor Day. Take this opportunity to save on LG appliances for your home. Your hard work should be rewarded. Schaefer's has up to $500 in cashback rebates and interest-free financing on the new LG appliances you deserve. Schaefer's, local and family-owned since 1946.
John Henry's Plumbing.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Nebraska National Guard, 55th Wing, and the Lincoln Airport Authority presents the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, featuring the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, the F-16 Viper demo team, F-35, and the Air Force Wings of Blue. Experience a spectacle that your family will remember forever. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show, Saturday